Okay, I am far from the first person to make a video about this, but I would be loath not to add my voice to the chorus after trying it out myself. Speedrunning Pokémon Red. For the Pokémon fan even remotely curious about speedrunning, I'm going to take the next several minutes to implore you, to beg and to plead and to lobby you to take the plunge and try it out for yourself for several good reasons. First one, it's just so much gosh darn fun. Generation 1 speedrunning is surprisingly fun. I will freely admit that prior to picking up the speedrun, I had played Generation 1 all the way through maybe about 3 times, and I really didn't enjoy it all that much. Speedrunning it is a whole other question. It is so much more fun than you expect, a truly shocking amount for a game from 1996. Sure, the mechanics are quirky, there's a limited palette for looking at for the 2 hours that you're playing it, and there's some very frustrating things that can happen. But it is such a blast to use a super strong Nidoking and thrash, Mega Punch and Horn Drill your way through the game in one sitting. Getting to use a variety of odd TMs, bizarre strategies, and just plain brute force is a thrill unique to Generation 1 speedrunning, and I truly think every Pokemon fan should try it at least once. The second reason everyone should get gaming, technical accessibility. This one is simple. Pokémon Red is one of the few Pokemon speedruns where the emulation for the console you play it on is near perfect, and it is totally free to download and play. You can boot up your PC, download a few programs like LiveSplit and OBS, or use something like Windows' inbuilt capture, and a ROM with the Gambatte emulator and a BIOS, and you're good to go to get into some runs. So many people are put off by the recording means or the hardware requirements or anything else to do with the tech, and for Red specifically, it could not be easier. And unless you really want to post times to the leaderboards on speedrun.com, which you don't at all have to, you don't even need to record. You can just sit there with a timer on your phone if you want and start playing. I play with an Xbox 360 game controller, which is far from ideal for any kind of Generation 1 movement, but I still manage to move around okay, and a computer keyboard would be just as suitable and more accessible. If you happen to have a Game Boy and a copy of Red on hand, you don't even need to worry about any of this, and you can just play it on the real thing. Reason 3. The route accessibility. Pokémon Red Glitchless is one of the shortest glitchless speedruns in all of Pokémon, with the world record route coming in under 1:44:03. The vast majority of players won't get close to that, but a new player can easily do their first run using the Glitchless Classic notes and come in under 3 hours. That's what I did, and I keep going back for more. With Glitchless Classic, there are no RNG manipulations to learn, no frame-perfect tricks, no crazy movement or anything. It's just pick up the game and go, and it is so much fun. If you get the hang of it and want to go even faster, you have a whole range of options. You can move to the glitchless category, which uses some manips, or stay classic and lower your time using the advanced route options. The different options for routes and runs are very well scaled to suit different skill levels, which makes this a very accessible and fast to pick up speedrun. I'll link to all these different tools and routes in the description below. Reason 4. Gen 1 is such a unique entry into the main game series mechanically, and this mechanical uniqueness makes a really fun speedrun. Generation 1 has so many different quirks in its battle mechanics. These quirks, such as the badge boosts being reapplied after each stat change, or the cheesy X-accuracy horn drill strategy, or speed being a factor in determining critical hits, means that the game has a heck of a lot more depth than you might expect. Things like buffering inputs or maintaining a red bar so that the game skips in-battle jingles, and the 20-item single pocket bag management mean this is a speedrun with near limitless possibility for improvement. It's also the textbook definition of easy to learn, hard to master, as the top runners of this game have 1,000 tiny strategies that they use to save time, and it makes for such a tactile, execution-rich run that is very fun to do well, and exceedingly fun to practice and improve at. Reason 5. It's one of the most popular Pokemon speedruns and has a large community behind it. Runners have been playing this game at a very high level for years now, and lots of people have put a huge amount of time and energy into making this a very competitive and very interesting speedrun. The current world records in Glitchless and Glitchless Classic were set about a year ago at the time of making this video. While they're not likely to get beaten anytime soon, it's a sign of a healthy speedrunning community with a lot to offer. Not only that, with how large the Generation 1 speedrunning community is, you can get help on any new person questions very easily from the very detailed guides, or better yet, the Pokemon Speedrunning Gens 1 to 3 Discord, where I have personally asked several new person questions and received very helpful responses very quickly. It's wonderful to learn about a new run and have other people to talk about it with. No generation of Pokemon speedrunning supports this better than Generation 1. If you try it out and it takes 4 hours, that's okay. It's good to start something purely for the fun of doing it, and who knows, you may really enjoy it. Thanks for watching, and let me know in the comments if you've ever done a speedrun of Pokemon Red or if you try one after watching this video.